Wasteman is a new British feature film directorial debut helmed by Cal McMau and one I've been looking forward to since its TIFF premiere. The film follows Taylor, an inmate who is soon to be granted parole as he's given a new cellmate who jeopardizes their potential future. Wasteman can be classified as being a part of a movement in contemporary independent cinema much influenced by the Safdie brothers. There are the stylistic qualities which place Wasteman within that lineage of films. There's the playing with tension to incredibly stressful extremes, a synth-electric score, and the utilization of non-professional actors. In this one, a number of inmates are played by real-life ex-convicts. Where this film aligns with the Safdie-esque, I think it does so remarkably well. The film's primary leitmotif, the song Crow by Forest Swords, distinctly feels like an offshoot of something by Daniel Lopatin without stepping on any toes and still forming its own unique vibe. Compared to the music of an Uncut Gems or a Marty Supreme, the track doesn't feel as grand and operatic, fitting the story of an isolated prisoner who just desperately wants to get out, even if everything outside of his control seems to be opposing him. A major facet of Wasteman which allows it to stand out is its use of vertical cell phone footage, which is interspersed into the story. The effect of this is to create a grounded sense of immersion, putting the audience as close to the inmates as the film will allow for. Thus, this found footage aesthetic, especially when paired with the non-professional actors who are typically the focus of these segments, exemplifies the realism and authenticity to contemporary British prison life, both in its, at times, mundanity and the violent horrors which are enacted within those confines. The narrative opens with this found footage style on an act of violence which immediately straps you in for the tense and enclosed experience that is Wasteman. Yes, the film has a 3:2 aspect ratio, which does enhance the claustrophobia, but it's the malleability of the form, switching to the even more restrictive aspect ratio of something as common in everyday life as a mobile phone, which severely locked me into the setting of the prison. David Johnson is one of my favourite actors right now, and it's his involvement in this film which got me so excited after it had premiered at TIFF. Good news, that excitement did not go to waste. What makes his performance here so strong is how understated the character of Taylor is. He's not a large presence, and everything about him, from his more mild-mannered speech patterns to his constant slouch, is in the attempt of avoiding conflict. The quieter performance allows for an additional level of sympathizability. Taylor is someone to empathize with, and his plight with the ratcheting levels of danger is where the audience's investment in this story arises from. I so thoroughly wanted to see him succeed. Taylor had been dealt a rough hand in life, some of it because of his missteps, but the desire for rehabilitation, even though it is difficult to achieve, remains with him throughout. The same cannot be said for Tom Blythe as D. There are two sides to D. One is deceptively pleasant, but he's not concealing the darker aspects very well, which has that tension simmering beneath the overt action of any scene in the first half. It's the second half where he really stands out. He's a chaotic, violent guy, the complete opposite of Taylor. Where Johnson's physicality makes Taylor frail and conflict-averse, Blythe is something else. It's not a matter of outperforming. If anything, the two are playing off of each other electrically. Blythe is this beast of a human being, truly terrifying to watch as he seems to be gaining more control of his own situation by putting other people's lives at risk. I do want to state my appreciation for this film's decision to solidly stand by an artistic vision. Cal McMau, first-time feature film director, is credited frequently. There are opening credits and his name is there. When the title drops, his name is beneath it, small so as to not draw attention away from the film's title. Then, in the closing credits, his name comes up early. This isn't me analysing a bit of the film, but it's refreshing to see a film so blatantly be the result of a new, bold voice. Wasteman is a lean, tight, 90 minutes of build-up and release for a stressful character piece between these two diametrically oppositional inmates, backed up by pitch-perfect performances from a new director I just can't wait for the future of. It's a visceral experience at times, and the build-up is really necessary for it to get that far. Wasteman. 4.5 stars. Well, that's all. Keep on watching movies, and form your own opinions. See you in the next one.